Well, howdy there. I guess if you are reading this, then I'm no longer around. Now, don't you cry or be sad. You see, I lived a great life, saw a lot of things, and lived a long time for a dog. Heck, I almost made it to 15 years old. So, let me share my story with you. You see, it all began in San Francisco. I was born September 17th, 2010, and lived with a horrible family. First off, they kept me outside all the time, and I never felt like I was part of the family. And secondly, they named me Frisco. For crying out loud, what kind of name was that? I soon planned my escape and got out of there. But life on the streets was rough. I ended up getting caught while taking a poop by some dog catchers who snuck up behind me. Not fair, and how embarrassing. They called my family, and they said they didn't want me back. Well, newsflash, I didn't want them either. I soon found myself being relocated to the Fremont Detention Center. I was scared. I was there for about a day, and some dude came walking in. I could hear the staff telling him that I had just arrived. He said he was looking for a little buddy for him and his pit bull named Daisy. Uh-oh, a pit bull? He left, and I thought I had done something wrong, or maybe he didn't like me. I started getting worried about my future. Will I ever find a family that loves me? Luckily, he came back the next day. It turned out the staff wanted to make sure Daisy and I got along, and that wasn't going to be a snack for her. Daisy was awesome. We spent a half hour together playing, and she was fast. I guess humans call it the zoomies. She was built like a Mack truck, very muscular, absolutely beautiful. We had a good old time, and before I knew it, I was headed on my way to a new home, and a new life, and a new name. My name was now Milton, much better. My human Mr. Jeff was a great daddy. Daisy and I got to stay in the house full time and had our very own doggy door to go out to the backyard whenever we wanted. All sorts of toys, yummy foods, and we got to relax on the furniture, watch TV, and even sleep with him in his bed. We got to travel and see more of California, the Oregon and Washington coast, Arizona and New Mexico. We were living the life. Good times. The years flew by. We were spending half our time in Arizona and the other half in California. And then in 2017, my Daisy got very ill, and she passed away. Daddy dug her a grave, and we visit her often. I had lost a true friend, the love of my life. Dad and I were heartbroken, but he didn't waste any time and found us a new member of the family, a little 9-week-old cutie named Penny. I now had the role of being her older brother and had to take on the responsibility of teaching her how things worked around here and how to behave properly. We became the best of friends. She was even faster than Daisy, and she was such a smart cookie. Together, we learned how to do all sorts of tricks for Mr. Jeff. Sit, stay, roll over, speak, play dead. What a weird trick to perform. We dutifully performed them, assuming that the proper treats were offered as a reward, of course. Dad no longer had to work, and our days were then filled with all sorts of activities. Traveled all the way up to Indiana, over to Texas, and we did a lot of camping too. Again, the years flew by. Before I knew it, I was starting to feel, well, what is the word, old? I noticed I was getting bumps here and there, and it was rough getting my day started in the morning. As much as I hated going to the vet, my human insisted, and for good reason. They saved my life each time. I cheated death many times, but it finally caught up to me. I just couldn't fight any longer. I communicated the best I could to my daddy, and I knew he would be strong for me and do the right thing. I was ready. Let me go, You have to just let me go. And after we gazed into each other's eyes, he heard me. The next morning, we had a final ride in the car with the windows down, a cool morning breeze in my face. It was delightful. I always liked going for rides. I always sat shotgun in a custom seat he made, and it had just rained the night before. The smells were amazing, and then we had to say goodbye. I hated seeing him so sad, but it was time. I'm certain my little Penny will now take the role of a big sister to yet another lucky new family member. The cycle continues, yes. Everything is in cycles. I was placed to rest next to my love Daisy. Meanwhile, I'm now on the other side of a beautiful rainbow-colored bridge and have found all of my old friends, Daisy, Cosmo, Danny, Buddy, and so many others. We will all be playing and causing trouble while we anxiously wait for our humans to join us. Until then, live your life to the fullest